Dozens of countries have reached out to the White House to start negotiations on trade after the Trump administration vowed to stand by sweeping tariffs that have sent global stock markets plunging and raised fears of a recession for the world's largest economy. The baseline 10% import tax is now in effect for several nations, including Australia. Several countries have been targeted with much higher duties, which will apply from Wednesday. Donald Trump and his top economic advisors are downplaying the long-term impact and say the strategy will put the US in a position of power.
I spoke to a lot of leaders, European, Asian, from all over the world. They're dying to make a deal. But I said, we're not going to have deficits with your country. Now, what's going to happen with the market, I can't tell you, but I can tell you our country has gotten a lot stronger. And eventually, it'll be a country like no other. It'll be the most dominant country economically in the world.
About $10 trillion was wiped from the value of US stocks last week after the US president made his announcement on Wednesday during his self-described Liberation Day. Investors are nervous after the steep sell-off on Wall Street. Mr. Trump's aides say there's no reason to anticipate a recession.
He's not trying to take the market. He's trying to deliver for American workers. And I mean, what would you have him do? Again, real wages down 15 years in a row under the previous policy, and that's why Americans voted for him. They brought him in to turn the economy around for the American worker.
In Britain, Jaguar Land Rover has paused shipments of vehicles to the United States for a month after it imposed a 25% tax on auto imports. Elsewhere, nations are scrambling to work out how to respond to the broader tariff policy. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu will likely raise his country's 17% tariff when he meets with Mr. Trump in Washington tomorrow. China has retaliated with a 34% tax on imported US goods, but Indonesia and Taiwan say they won't apply similar measures.
In the wake of US reciprocal tariffs, Taiwan has no plans to respond with retaliative tariffs. There will be no change as to industry's investments in the US, as long as they are in line with national interests. But we will let the US clearly know that Taiwan is contributing to the economic development of the US.
Meanwhile, tens of thousands of people rallied in cities across the US on the weekend in the biggest anti-Trump protest since the president returned to power in January. The demonstrations were organised to voice opposition to a range of Mr. Trump's policies, including his efforts to streamline the government through the work of his billionaire ally, Elon Musk.
I want more people to show up and get him out of office. He's terrible.
The guy is completely out of control.
It's pretty hurtful to see minority history just being erased. It's pretty sickening.